Okay, happy Wednesday to all. I'm Sophie, Committee Manager for Klaytn, and it's indeed my pleasure to be your host for today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking time to be here. And today's session will be divided into two parts, and we'll begin with an introduction from William of SORAMITSU, followed by questions from the community that we have actually gathered. So, without further ado, let's welcome William.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. It's great to join the Klaytn community and forward to this lovely conversation and to answer all your questions.
Thank you. Thank you, William, for joining us here today. And also to kickstart this whole session, perhaps you'd like to do an introduction of yourself, and also we'd love to know more about SORAMITSU.
Yeah, the marketing lead for SORAMITSU. My background is in media and journalism. I have a master's from the University of Amsterdam on and metadata. So with that very important topic, I thought that blockchain would be a good fit to move into. And I started in the blockchain space towards the end of 2020, back when Ethereum was about $600. I think that seems like almost a lifetime away. And yeah, to introduce the company, well, SORAMITSU is a blockchain company that works to create technologies to foster decentralization and also improve society through these decentralized technologies and blockchain solutions. We have done plenty of work in both decentralized and centralized space with some of our projects that I look forward to sharing with you in the coming minutes.
All right, so on to our first question. Since its founding in 2016, SORAMITSU has devoted itself to the blockchain industry. So, where did SORAMITSU originate from, and how does the company's work culture differ from others?
SORAMITSU's origins can be traced back to the sky. In the word of our group founder and a personal inspiration to me, Dr. Makoto Takemiya, in the same way that taking to the skies gave us insights about our physical world, blockchain technology can provide insights into our digital world. SORAMITSU seeks to harness the power of the next generation of blockchains that will help people with decision-making, automation, and safe asset management, because ultimately our goal is to make the world a better place. Regarding the culture of SORAMITSU as a company, I would say it's very unique. We like to think big, while at the same time we remain grounded. And we're very result-driven, definitely. The team is very diverse. We have 150 people at the moment, split across 7 countries. So the mix of cultures and perspectives is great. However, yeah, definitely collaboration with ethics and integrity is very important for us.
Thank you so much for the introduction, William. Beautiful diversity indeed. Always have been big on that. I mean, never underestimate the power of diversity. It actually leads to like different perspectives, which definitely will come in handy, especially when a company is actually looking into a global approach. So, with the foundation and continuous expansion while staying forward-looking, I'm very, very much optimistic about SORAMITSU's future outlook. So, now on to our next question. So, what are some of the company's core values, and how do they relate to its mission of building a better world through decentralized technology?
Yeah, that's a great question. Our core values definitely go hand in hand with our mission. So we value simplicity, clear communication, and being straightforward and honest with those we work with. When it comes to building a better world, it is important to own what you do while being very customer focused, because in the end, we're building toward creating a better world for everybody.
Totally agree. And I super love the fact that you guys have clear communication as part of your core values, because I truly believe effective and clear communication is super crucial. Overall, I mean, loving the whole wholesome core values that SORAMITSU upholds. And I really can't wait to see what lies ahead for you guys. And also, on to our next question. Can you share a brief overview of SORAMITSU's progress and what SORAMITSU plans to accomplish in 2022?
Sure. We're working to make the Year of the Tiger one of the most productive yet. I can't share many details, as you can imagine, but some of the highlights what we're working on this year include significant improvements to our distributed ledger technology, Hyperledger Iroha, support and improvement to Bakong, such as more convenient KYC for users, password recovery assistance, and other surprises. We've got some valuable initial findings in our ongoing CBDC research in Laos and Oceania, along with some new infrastructure projects, including in the cross-border settlement space. We are certainly looking to have new ventures with public and private consortia, and this year we'll reach the next phase in our development of the Sora DeFi ecosystem. And if that was not enough, our CEO Makoto Takemiya will also be participating in this year's Global Blockchain Business Council in the Blockchain Central Panel in Davos, Switzerland, where he'll be talking about the future of money. This is only a hint of the ongoing work we have this year. And of course, we can't forget the Klaytn collaboration, which we hope is just a start to a very long-term commitment.
Wow, sounds like you guys got the whole year of 2022 all settled and a busy year ahead for you guys. But of course, exceptionally excited for SORAMITSU's collaboration with us. And okay, on to our fourth question. To learn more about SORAMITSU's vibrant ecosystem, could you please share with the community about some of the partnerships SORAMITSU has formed that led them to where they are today?
Definitely, yes. Where can I begin? We've participated in plenty of great collaborations. I think if I had to list the more important ones, I would begin with the Hyperledger Foundation, which is part of the Linux Foundation. So as the original developers of the Hyperledger Iroha DLT, we collaborated with the National Bank of Cambodia, where we developed a payment infrastructure named Bakong, first of its kind. We also collaborated with the Japan International Cooperation Agency to lead a feasibility study on central bank digital currency in Laos. And finally, we're also collaborating with SORA, the Decentralized Economic System. I personally find this one quite interesting as it's quite a different environment to work with when you compare it to something like the National Bank of Cambodia. And yeah, I think this is pretty much the most important highlights. Although if the community is interested, they can look at our 2021 year in review publication. I'll share a link with you shortly for more details on these and other collaborations that we're working on.
Very interesting collaborations you guys have over there. And FYI, you guys can head over to SORAMITSU's website to check this publication out. And also, just to share with everyone, we'll be doing a recap on today's AMA session, and it will be on our Medium, and we will include in the necessary links also. So, SORAMITSU has developed a digital currency for the National Bank of Cambodia, a closed-loop payment system for the University of Aizu in Japan, an identity verification system prototype for Bank Central Asia in Indonesia, and finalists in the Monetary Authority of Singapore CBDC Challenge. SORAMITSU seems to be moving towards global expansion. So, what geographic expansion plans does SORAMITSU have in place?
To put this bluntly, I think we plan to take over the world. Just kidding. A lot of our work focuses on the Asian continent, with research and development ongoing in a lot of Asian countries that people in the West dismiss or aren't very much aware of. And as a global company with Japanese origins, it makes sense to begin our work in the Asian region, as there are plenty of opportunities to improve the lives of people in the region. And ideally, would like to get rid of the notion that innovation happens mostly in the global West.
Simply couldn't agree much with you. And the fact that, especially in recent times, that there have been instances where regulators across the region are trying to oversee this industry, individuals and projects actually have came up with innovations to skirt formal financial controls. Like I think, for example, over in Myanmar, I heard that a group of Burmese actually launched a cryptocurrency project in hopes to create a financial system to get around the central bank's control. And I mean, that's amazing, right? Despite that it was unlikely to reach a significant scale, the initiative itself is an example of how decentralized nature of crypto and the blockchain could shift the balance of power away from established financial institutions, opening up more possibilities for local communities regionally. And what made SORAMITSU decide to build on Klaytn, and how will this benefit SORAMITSU?
Yeah, I think we have a shared vision and goals to benefit people through blockchain-based centralized technologies. So we believe that both parties definitely benefit from this collaboration. On our side, specifically, the benefits will come from working together to develop a better world for people where blockchain technology will help foster innovation and inclusion.
That's for sure. And sharing the same vision and goals will definitely make this collaboration even more beneficial, right? And for basically everyone. And for our next question is both SORAMITSU and Klaytn share the vision of building decentralized systems and empowering participation and opportunity for all. Klaytn is excited to welcome SORAMITSU as a valuable strategic partner to build the first open source decentralized exchange on our blockchain. So, what are your thoughts on this partnership, William?
I personally think it's a great partnership that benefits the entire Klaytn community. At SORAMITSU, we work towards achieving decentralized and open source technologies that benefit all the people who use them. And we're very excited to build the decentralized exchange architecture backbone for Klaytn that is cutting edge and future proof. And I think this is only the beginning of great things to come that a partnership with Klaytn will bring.
Thank you, William. We are definitely super excited about this partnership, especially that you guys will be the first open source DEX on our chain. And I hope with this, we can create a synergy effect and open up more doors for more opportunities and also to continue to build a better blockchain ecosystem. So, what is SORAMITSU's reason to create an open source DEX?
Concretely speaking, the reason would be to foster true decentralization while providing a transparent and inclusive platform for users and developers alike. Also providing further means to aggregate liquidity to the tokens of the Klaytn ecosystem.
Thank you for sharing this, and I'm sure the community would love to hear more about the DEX's features. So, which brings us to the next question. So, what are some of the exciting features of the DEX that will be built on Klaytn?
At the moment, what I can share is that it will have fungible token swapping. There'll be staking and liquidity provision, token-based governance, and token minting. We'll also have some cool analytics tools, dashboards, and graph APIs, so you can better visualize your data. And there are more functionalities that are being considered down the pipeline. So let's wait and see.
All right, sounds pretty exciting, William. And we are definitely looking forward to seeing what SORAMITSU has in store for all of us. SORAMITSU is considered as a valuable strategic partner to build the first open source decentralized exchange on our chain. So, this is actually quite a popular question. Impermanent loss is the risk associated with providing liquidity to DEXs. So, what is SORAMITSU's approach on how to manage this aspect, or probably provide advances on how to lower impermanent loss?
Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of issues with impermanent loss come from the fluctuation of token prices while providing liquidity. So in the sense, the best suggestion I can give to minimize the risks would be to provide liquidity to a stable token. It's definitely not a silver bullet, but I think it can help.
Yeah, wise approach, I must say. And I'm sure this gives some sort of reassurance to the community. Thank you so much, William. And how did you guys plan to drive liquidity into the DEX?
Yeah, well, we're building the backbone infrastructure for the DEX, but will not be operating the DEX itself. But with that said, I think there's a lot of untapped value in the Klaytn network, and having a DEX that drives value into building up the Klaytn economy will definitely incentivize a lot of users to provide liquidity.
True enough. And I appreciate that you guys see that in Klaytn. But hey, sounds like a plan, right? Okay, so we're nearly halfway through our questions. So far, I mean, I appreciate everyone's coming in today to join us for this session with William of SORAMITSU. So right now we are moving on to our next question. So how would SORAMITSU's DEX attract institutional investment in DeFi?
Yeah, I think the answer to this question is also quite similar to the previous one. Although we have no influence on the eventual operation of the DEX, we hope that institutions can appreciate the value of decentralization and open source technology and try to be a part of these innovations. We're designing a DEX with creating value for the Klaytn ecosystem in mind. So institutions that are excited about contributing to Klaytn in the long term will likely want to take part in using the DEX and integrating it into their apps and dApps.
Thank you for this. And as we can see, we have seen a spike on various industries taking on this approach and also appreciating the value of decentralization, which is, truly amazing indeed. Um, Next question is, where can the community find a feature list of the upcoming decks?
Yeah, if any community member is interested in learning about the proposed features in detail, you can take a look at our accepted proposal for this project.
All right. Just to add on to that, this proposal can be found on Klaytn's KRR, which stands for Klaytn Improvement Reserve website. As mentioned earlier, as we'll be including all the necessary links in the recap of today's AMA, we'll be releasing that recap on our Klaytn's Medium, which will be released by next week, hopefully. So, on to our second last question, which is really, really fast, really. That our time flies when we actually discussing about a very interesting topic. So in what ways are fintech innovations such as SORAMITSU disrupting the payments industry?
I could start by saying that we rolled out a next generation payment network that enables real-time payments online and via smartphone. The Ventures blockchain platform is faster, cheaper, and addresses development issues such as the banking the unbanked. In Cambodia, for example, 78% of the population over 15 years old do not have access to banking services. And in 6 months, the platform has enrolled thousands of real users. Project Bakong allows participating banks and customers to transact directly and more efficiently through a platform that's monitored by Cambodia's central bank, which is ultimately the stamp of approval. And companies also rolling out mobile solutions that give the unbanked population access to payment services via smartphones.
Wow, 78% of the population is actually a massive number of people who do not have access to banking services. To be honest, like I myself, I could imagine like, not having access to my bank, like, even for a day, that would make me like pretty, anxious. So, SORAMITSU's payment network is literally godsend, and that makes me grateful for the conveniences and the availability of advanced technology that we currently are blessed with in our lives. Our second last question would be: do you think decentralized technology is a sustainable and most viable approach for the future of blockchain industry?
To be completely honest, I do, yes.
Perfect answer. All right, and our last question is: do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share with our community?
I think we've pretty much covered everything in the session, but if you want to know more about SORAMITSU and the world that we're doing to make the world a better place through decentralized technologies, please check out our website or follow us on social media like Twitter and LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, William, for this really, really insightful sharing and going in depth about SORAMITSU's current activities and upcoming plans. I truly enjoyed our discussion, and it has been really a pleasure having you with us today. Looking forward to working closely with SORAMITSU, and I'm sure the community is really looking forward to being a part of this amazing journey. And take care and stay safe, William.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you, and thanks very much to everyone for tuning in to this AMA. It was awesome to answer your questions, and I look forward to another session further down the journey. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.